Hi, my shining stars. What do you do when you can't make the art that you've been making, the art that you love? That's a difficult question, and it's something that eventually happens to many artists. You may suddenly become allergic to a crucial material that you use in your art. Your body may no longer be able to physically perform the tasks that your art requires. You may lose access to the space that you need to create in. Life is about change. Not all changes are positive as we age. I will tell you the story of one of my former neighbors when I lived in artist housing. She was a sculptor, and she created these massive geodesic dome-like structures out of used tires. She had lived in an enormous loft in a really sketchy/cheap area that allowed her the space to make these jungle gym-sized works. When she got priced out of the loft, she just stopped working. That was it. She still identified as an artist. She just didn't make the pivot to another material or a different medium when she moved into her studio apartment. She would frequently talk about the work that she had made, but never about her plans for new work. Not making art affected her happiness, her well-being, and her mental health eventually. Getting to know her made me recognize how important it is for artists to make their art regardless of constrictions of space, money, time, physical ability. And my experience with her really enforced the idea that we need to be flexible about the type of art we make. At that time, I was a professional face and body painter. I worked really hard on my skills and became what I considered very successful. I body painted for TV programs, magazines, and major fashion shows. Clients would fly me to their events. It was a perfect storm of getting to use my creativity, my problem-solving skills, and being appreciated and well compensated for my work. It lasted for a decade, and it was great. I began having issues with my rotator cuff. Painting for hours with your arm extended is not ideal for your body. If you're an easel painter, please consider switching off with the painting on a table. It's much kinder to your shoulder. Okay, I'll find an alternative, I thought. Excuse me. So I taught myself to paint with my left hand. I was grateful that I had been teaching painting classes prior to that because it enabled me to look analytically at the strokes that I was making and to make the necessary changes in my stroke formation. By learning to paint with my non-dominant hand, I was able to continue my career for several more years. It was during that time that I discovered When Walls Become Doorways, Creativity and the Transforming Illness, a book by Toby Zausner, PhD. If one can say that a book saved their life, I would choose that one. The book has since been expanded, changed, and updated several times. I have only read the early version. Even if you are not currently experiencing difficulties that affect your art making, I would suggest it. Dr. Toby delves deep into art history and gives you the stories of many famous fine artists whose physical limitations affected the way they made art in ways that you might not expect. There's no affiliate link. Dr. Toby or her publishers don't give me anything. I just think it's a book that could help you if you're facing physical challenges in your art making. See you next time. Bye from Kimba at Art Magick Coach.